You should turn your weaknesses into your strengths. You should work really hard on your weaknesses so they become your strengths. Is it possible that if you spend too much time on your weaknesses that you'll get weaker in your strength areas? What if you just focused on what you're really good at and the things that you're not very good at? Your genius, your talent, your skills, the things that you love to do, if you focus on those versus the things that you're not good at, is it possible that you just keep getting better and better and better at the things that you're good at? And to me, that just makes common sense. But isn't it interesting, we get bombarded with comments all the time. Work on your weaknesses until they become your strengths. I'm an exercise professional, so I hear these all the time. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You need to do 10,000 steps. You need to do 3 sets of 10. You need to exercise for 30 minutes or don't bother. You need to drink 8 glasses or 2 litres of water every day. We're given stuff, information all the time. Would it be a really good idea to analyse that information instead of just repeating it? Because if I say this, you should turn your weaknesses, usually the next part of that sentence, people will finish it for me and say, turn your weaknesses into your strengths. But I don't have, how can I? They're my weaknesses. Is it possible that we were given, whoever you believe in or however you think we are developed, is it possible that as an individual human, I have, you have, each person has a gift, a talent, a genius? And I'll use an example for that. People share with me, Rowie, how can you talk for 20, 30, 40 minutes, an hour without any notes? I'm very privileged. I was given the gift of being able to, I can speak publicly in front of thousands of people and not get nervous. But my brain doesn't work in numbers, so I'm really good with communication, but I'm really terrible with numbers. Now, I could work on my numbers, I could work on my maths, and I did at school, and I got in trouble at school because I wasn't very good at maths. And it didn't matter how hard I tried, I didn't get any better at it. I share that with you because is it possible we've got a lot of kids sitting in schools doing stuff, and I'll say it again, working on their weaknesses, trying to turn them into their strengths, and then they waste time not working on their strengths. So they're not getting better at sport, or they're not getting better at art, or they're not getting better at numbers because somebody's forcing them to do something else. Wouldn't it be nice if when you first went to school somebody said, what do you love to do? What are you excited about? What are you passionate about? Maybe there's tests to work out what you're really good at. Because is it possible that you get excited about the things that you're really good at and you hate doing the things that you're not very good at? And if you keep focusing on the things that you're not very good at, trying to turn them into your strengths, that you end up being really average at everything. And that's my challenge, because I hate the word average. Average is somewhere between the best and the worst. And isn't that how most people live? In the average. So we're not very good at it, we're not really bad at it, we're just really average at it. But what if you just focused on the things that you're really good at and you keep getting better and better and better and better at them? Is it possible that you'll feel happier every day, you'll feel more satisfied with your life, you'll enjoy doing the things that you do every day because they're what you're really good at, what you're excited about, what you're passionate about? So there's a great saying in business, or a philosophy, or a way to analyse a business. We call it a SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities in business? And what are the threats to your business? But what if you apply that to your life? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What opportunities are available to you? And what are the threats that are trying to steal those opportunities? And I'll go a step further. Is it possible that a threat to your opportunity is that you're working on your weaknesses, trying to turn them into your strengths? Instead of focusing on the opportunity of getting better and better and better at the things that you're really good at, is it possible we waste a lot of time trying to turn our weaknesses into our strengths, and then we end up average? And I don't want to live my life in the average. How about you? I don't want to live somewhere between the best and the worst. It's interesting, if you get to the worst, a lot of people that hit rock bottom have horrible things happen to them, their life is terrible. They're usually the ones that make a change, and then they turn it into a positive, and life becomes great. Most of the people that I meet that live in the average, it's like average is the enemy of great, because I'm not too bad. I ask somebody, how are you? Not too bad, which means I'm average. I'm not bad, but not too bad. But I'm not awesome, I'm not amazing, I'm not living my life to the max. And that's all I'm asking. As a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, or a leader, would it be a really good idea to do a SWOT analysis with yourself? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What opportunities do you have in your life to live your life to the max? what's threatening that opportunity so that you can remove that threat or work really hard to be strong enough to overcome that threat so that you can keep living your life in your strengths with the greatest opportunities available to you. But if you do that for yourself, what about your kids? What if we teach our kids to do the same? What if we encourage our kids at the things that they're really good at, and rather than trying to force them to do the things that they don't want to do, in business, when you've got a weakness in your business, you find somebody who's got that strength. You don't try and make yourself stronger in that area. I don't try and get better at numbers. I get a really good accountant. All I do with numbers is I have a really good overview of numbers, common sense and logical look at numbers, but the intricate understanding of how numbers work, I leave that to the people who've got the genius of their brain thinks in numbers. I'm asking this as I do in my begging position, because so many people are unhappy, so many people are miserable and depressed and anxious. We've got a lot of kids now that are miserable and depressed and anxious, and maybe that's because we're squashing their strengths, trying to force them to get better at their weaknesses. What if we just let them do the things they're really excited about and encourage them that life can be an amazing place to live and an amazing place to be if you live in your strengths. Maybe focus on your strengths so you can live your life to the max.